Brought to you by...
There exist moments in film that transcend the narrative structure itself, and force their characters to face a depiction of what lies ahead of them. Out of thousands of cinematic journeys that I have taken over the years, few have presented me with a moment like what I'm talking about as strongly as Martin Scorsese's universally considered masterpiece, Taxi Driver. As we enter the scene, we are introduced to a man that we will call the Fare. Introduced to us in harsh silhouette as he flags down Travis's cab, backlit by the bright neon and exterior lighting of the bar that he is exiting, likely after a period of heavy drinking. This immediately paints the Fare as slightly mysterious, and possibly in a bad place, if not at least a state of off-kilter. The scene transitions to them arriving at his destination, and his immediate actions are highly dictating of his mental state. He aggressively tells Travis to pull over, and snaps at him to leave the meter running. These actions and his well-dressed exterior paint him as a man who is comfortable giving orders, enough to where he is willing to be hostile toward a complete stranger. As the scene progresses, the Fare feeds us a string of information that begins to weave a backstory. The tension rises throughout this uncomfortably long conversation as we learn that they are watching the Fare's wife, that she's cheating on him, and that he plans to kill her, even telling Travis how he plans to do it. Through his erratic and forceful behavior, it's easy to see that he is a man on the edge. And through this conversation, we are shown that he is someone who has been wronged, who is hurt and damaged, pushed to the breaking point, who is on the verge of taking the wrong route. Now, to me, this situation has always felt as if it were a moment of warning for Travis. The scene takes place following his conversation with Betsy, when he is in a dark place in time. It stands to me as if he is meeting face to face with what he is essentially destined to become, a man pushed by circumstance to a tipping point, and he is seemingly terrified by it, or at the very least, extremely off-put. However, part of me wonders if this could be considered the moment that pushes Travis to become the vigilante that he ultimately sets out to be, given that the Fare describes the very weapon that he ultimately uses to set out on his murderous rampage. Perhaps, in Travis's state of mental unrest, he took this not as a warning, but as inspiration. This role is famously played by Scorsese himself, due to a scheduling issue where the original actor couldn't be on set at the time they needed to shoot the scene, which in my eyes turned out to be a form of poetic justice for this moment. For who better to inspire Travis than his director? Hey friends, thank you so much for watching. I'm sure many of you will probably disagree with me regarding my thoughts on this video. Just remember that they are only that, my thoughts and interpretations on this one captured moment. If you enjoyed this video, please consider showing us your support on Patreon, where every pledge goes right back into this channel so that we can keep making tons of quality content for you guys to enjoy. As always, stay safe and keep embracing film.